Oh, we didn't spawn in naked this time. Oh, because there's a cutscene.
No, we did. You just spawned in after the cutscene, so you didn't see it.
Oh,
I was
okay.
creeping. My character
Ew.
has a nice ass, but also Kendall Dong. Kendong? Kendong. There we go.
Wow, one of us looks... Which ones are the new characters? I don't know. The ones with, like, the green hats.
It's
Oh, yeah.
interesting that keyboard users have to hold 5.
Can I change my loadout at this point, or no? Because I actually didn't...
Advanced combat skills.
I didn't actually, like,
No.
equip new gear or anything like that.
Oops.
I equipped a new sword. So I have a sword that's made out of, I want to say taco, but it's shrimp. It's made out of
the
a
game's
shrimp
teaching me how to
tail.
dodge.
Wait.
It's interesting. You have 4 D-pad skills, and then you have a 5th D-pad skill. So it makes sense they have to hold that one. But on keyboard and mouse, it's just a 5th number, but they still make you hold it. Basically,
Really?
just because they make it control the same way as the controller version.
Well, the 5th one is kind of a rare thing. You don't want to use it accidentally.
Is that the air support one?
Yeah.
You can tell that one's special because it's like about 30
Slightly
pixels away from
removed,
the
yeah.
others.
Unfortunately, speaking of early accessy things, the game has forgotten I'm using a controller and is now showing the 5 things as if they're laid out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as
Aw.
opposed to D-pad shapes. So now I can't tell what order they're in anymore for D-pad use, and I'll use the wrong one if I try. Probably.
That's it sucks to suck, man. Okay, I've unleashed my holy deer piss. Let's see if I can find it. Well, I found Proto Eden instead.
Kill him! The Shrike stole his skin.
Oh no.
Turns out it's
Now
a Shrike
masquerading
in
as a fan.
disguise.
Body Snatcher Strike.
It's just like this, like, giant lumpy creature wearing, like, kind of...
He's wearing like dad glasses and has like a dad mustache, and he's like, "Hello, I'm Mr. Proto Eden."
Like,
Oops.
I read a little-
humans.
I read, like, a Little Red Riding Hood a while back, where, like,
Ow.
the wolf actually was just wearing her skin, and I was just like, this is fucked up.
Oh, so you read
Oh,
the
wearing the grandma
actual
skin?
Red Riding Hood story?
Oh, he did actually wear her skin? I thought he just
Yeah.
wore her...
Well, in some
Oh.
versions.
Yeah. That shit's fucked
There's
up.
been a lot of years of versions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple centuries of versions, really. Should I hit 4? Do you guys know where it is? There.
Yeah, we're all here.
Yeah.
I've sent a
Yeah,
flare
Proto-
to the ski.
Oh, yeah, I see. You guys have already found it. I'm just distracted because I'm gathering things.
Would you relax? I have to find all of the fountains in the area.
I was doing a fight earlier where I literally killed the behemoth before the rest of the group showed up. So, like, just as I was slaying the thing, they'll, like,
So
kind of
what
run
you're saying
coming
is you're
over
doing the
press.
thing that you're complaining about?
No, it was just amusing. I was just like,
Yeah.
wait.
Man, all we're doing is just running through the woods killing furries.
Yeah.
Wow, this guy does
It's
not
the
know
internet
damage.
war that we've been waiting for 15 years. It's all come up to this.
Oh, by the way, Keith, if you're using the chain blades, use Q to get close.
What does
Or
Q
to-
do?
You
It
drag
just
yourself
lets you
towards
move?
them.
I don't know.
Well, I'm trying to correlate what action you're talking about because I'm using a controller and I don't have Q.
It's if you open up the tutorial thing, it's push or pull.
You need to get a Mad
or
Catz
pull.
controller. Those will probably have a Q button on them.
Yeah,
Like a
like-
rapid fire Q.
I don't see push and pull.
Oh,
it's way up in the top corner. Weird.
yeah.
That's
weird.
messy looking.
Yes.
Woo!
You kind of look like you're a fire dancer.
Yeah, they made a strange choice, which is that that, like, there's a controller there's a controller screen that tells you all your controls.
There it goes.
Oh,
Oh,
there it
there.
goes.
Bye. And then push and pull is in the top right corner, well away from the actual control screen.
Huh.
Like it's on its own weird territory. Oh, now
It's
I have
weird.
kind of an interface for meters. I'm like
Oh, I like if you look
I'm
at
like
the
1/3
sun.
full on my meter of blue, and then I have 2 out of 4 red pips that I don't know what they mean.
Yeah. So those are charges for your right-click attack.
If you look at the sun, you get
But I
that
can always right click.
pleasant, like,
Or
"Hi,
sorry,
I gave Newell
those are
effect."
charges for your Q ability. You can only use Q a certain amount of times before before it goes like not on cooldown, but you can't do it because you're out of juice. Ow.
I wonder what about that ability would imply that it has ammo.
Oh god, the both of you are doing it now? Jeez.
Kane. It's the only combo that matters.
Where do you
I
think this
found
guy
out that
learned how
it-
to fight? Because he's pretty bad at it.
Yeah, this is, we got a really
There you
bad
go.
host for this match of Evolve.
Careful, I know bird foo.
No wonder this game's on sale all the time.
Squawk, 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 squawk.
You know, I think Evolve actually would have been a really good game if they had instead of doing the dumb PvP system, they'd actually just decided, hey, why don't we just make it like Monster Hunter?
I mean, it
actually
basically
would've
is
been really
Monster Hunter, but a player controls the monster.
Yeah,
That's
except it
basically
was
the entire
effectively
premise.
just
Good thing.
C and then like 4.
C and then 4. What the hell? How does that work?
Not
Wait.
great.
Is that me? No.
Mwahaha.
Oh god, your chin has chins. It's like you have like your main chin, and then off the sides you have like.
I got
more
Diamond
chins.
Dealer of the game, so
I
that
like
makes
how
this a
Proto
rank
just
5
had
level.
nothing. Proto is just Bastion.
Whatever that means.
Yeah. Well, I think it's didn't take damage.
7.6% danger. What does that mean?
That's a difficulty
Oh.
rating, I guess.
No, so danger is actually the other time limit. We'll run into it when we do harder fights. When danger hits 100, you can't revive anybody anymore.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that just a
Huh.
arbitrary thing, or?
It's
Does it-
supposed to punish you for so
Oh yeah, you
without
can't
it.
daddle.
Yeah, without it, you can get downed and picked back up infinitely. So it's supposed to punish you for taking on more than you can chew.
Crane
Is that-
stance.
is that-
Oh god, so you can do the.
Can you pick
crane
people up
kick?
no matter what, or do you have to use the revive items that are limited
So-
quantity?
While you're below 100 danger, you can pick people up freely, no problem, as long as you don't get hit while you're doing the revive. But once you hit 100% danger, then it's like, no more revives, good luck! And then you either have to win or get the beast to flee to lower the danger, and then you can revive everybody. Or you can use
Oh.
the instant pickups or team revives or a couple other things.
Not sure if that answered my question or not, honestly.
Okay. You wanna
When do you
rephrase it?
use revive items that are consumables?
Oh, rarely. I wouldn't recommend using them because they're
So the
kinda
pickups
expensive?
don't consume those normally, and you can still use them during the danger thing, or what?
Yeah. So you can use them whenever you want. But I would recommend using them when you're above 100 danger, because that's the only time when you really need to use them. Below it, it's kind of wasteful. Unless you're like the last person alive, obviously.
I'm the wildly renowned Gregario Flint. Everyone looks
Yeah,
the same
this
in
guy's
this game.
dialogue is the worst.
I'm a stylist, the stylist in this town, in fact.
Good hunting.
Everyone is the same person in this game. It's weirding me out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wish they'd at least make their NPCs someone specific, because it is really uncomfortable having just like
Dude,
character-generated NPCs.
Humanity is dying. Everyone's like contained in one little island. There's not a whole lot of DNA to go around, if you know what I'm saying. These people are
Yeah.
probably all cousins.
Uh,
Hey, I'm not afraid to shy away from the uncomfortable truth, okay?
Is this the game,
There's an
the
island
secret
with like
sequel
100
to-
people on here tops.
Is this the secret sequel to Massive Chalice?
I
I
don't
mean,
know
the
what
art
that is.
style fits.
It is astonishingly similar looking, yeah. Click on the
Never
damn
played
thing.
that.
There
Always
we
kind of
go.
wanted to, just could never get the time for it.
That's how modern media works. Everyone's just constantly fatigued and overwhelmed by the sheer number of things that
I
you
like
can
how
play
we're
or
contributing
watch.
to that. What's
or,
with
yeah.
the like 20 YouTube
literally
videos
what we
we
do.
put up collectively between the three of us every day.
Well,
We
tell
are
me
here
when
to
you have a new
distract you from
quest.
watching other things that are better.
And are they better? I've like watched some recent cartoons and I was like, I don't know. I think I'll just go watch Game Grumps.
I mean, I wasn't really thinking of cartoons.
Kids these days with their cartoons.
I mean, I tried watching like Luke Cage, which is arguably higher quality content. Well, not arguably, inarguably higher quality content than us, and I just couldn't get into it.
Back in
And I went
my
back to
day,
watching
we
Game
had
Grumps.
Donald Duck, and he was all American. He was a sailor. And
Except for the one time he was a Nazi.
I'm supposed
Except
to go
for
hunt
the
the
one
Gnasher
time
now.
he was a Nazi. But you know, that story had a happy ending because he fought some Nazis afterwards.
What was your quest, Keith?
Gnasher?
Okay, so yeah, you're slightly behind. But that's okay.
Ah!
Oh, jeez. Did
Oh,
you know
we're
they made
doing a thing.
a new DuckTales? I actually watched the first episode of it. Not bad.
Really?
Yeah, not great. But, I mean, actually not bad.
Oh yeah, that's another game with its art style, Torchlight.
Wow, that's, there's a lot with this art style then.
I'm okay with it. Like, I actually would prefer this kind of
That
art
one
style
Fox
than
game.
than like the really shitty
Jesus Christ.
attempt at realism that a lot of games tend to have.
Actually, those several Fox games. There's the one that Wander was hyped about, but there's also the one starring Renaud.
Oh yes, Stories.
Yeah,
Path of Destinies?
Path of Destinies.
What Fox game was I really hyped about?
The one where you're not playing as the fox, but the fox is going on adventures without you, and you have to help
Oh
him.
yeah. Tunic. I am psyched for that. I have no idea when it's coming out.
Found him.
What the hell are Fox games? Like games made by Fox Studios? Or
No,
games where he
games
plays a
starring
fox?
foxes.
Yeah,
No.
games starring foxes.
Is that your fursona?
What?
Like your
Games?
persona, but a fursona.
Well,
There was an ongoing
no,
thing where for like 5 podcasts in a row, the thumbnail was a fox creature of various kinds
Oh, that's funny.
It's my internet
during our previous podcast.
my internet persona. No. Wait,
What?
shit.
You have multiple like different
No,
domains of fursona.
No. I identify as a Fox video game.
Oh,
Packaging and all.
I see. I thought you were like, no, this is my internet persona, and this is my work persona, and this is my church persona. It's Sonic. They're
It's
actually
all Sonic. It's all Sonic all the way down.
Most of the church one though.
I've seen that image a great many times, and it is magic.
It
every
never
time.
ceases to be funny. I love religious Sonic fan art. There's so much, dude. You laugh, Keith. There is a lot of religious Sonic fan art.
My favorite is the very occasional Halo religious fan art, because that just gets confusing.
That just gets
Well-
redundant.
Yeah, I was gonna say, weren't there a fair number of Jesus allegories in that to begin with?
Yeah. Taking a lot of hits.
Everyone knows that Jesus was a forerunner.
Everyone knows that this Gnasher literally has gigantic beaver teeth, and I just
Halo
now
was
saw
one of
it.
those stories I thought was a cool story until I realized that every sci-fi game ever was going to do the same story forever, which is
Well,
that
it's not
there's
like it did it first, dude.
yeah, like there's always like the long forgotten extinct race that has some sort of weird technology that everyone keeps finding, but now there's a new alien threat, and I'm doing terribly right now. Ow.
Yeah, I'm getting my ass handed to me because we fought this thing like
Oh,
3 times.
we lost Proto somewhere in there. Oh.
I'm noticing that I sometimes get stuck inside the. Ow, he's attacking me while I'm healing. Sometimes I get stuck inside the boss.
That's fine, right?
Probably not.
Ow! I should not have healed there.
Well,
I'm
at least
doing
we're
pretty
wasting
bad
all of
too.
it. Now he's red. Ow. Ow. Ow.
I think I'm gonna go back to sword.
Oh,
I really
Jesus.
like chain blades, but you were just getting
The
fucked.
point is to dodge, not just take it on the chin over and over again.
I mean, have you seen Keith's chin? That's the only
That's
place
true.
he can take it. It's like 90% of his body.
He looks like McGregor after the
So I have to
Mayweather
heal
fight.
on this one.
That's the trick. If I mash Y, I'll get closer to him with each hit, and it makes me more endangered. But if I just hit Y one at a time over and over again, then I don't get. I
The
don't
only
take
one
steps
who's going
closer
to be
to him.
endangered after this fight is him.
Ah, shit. What? Wait. Am I alive or not? Oh, there we go.
Nope.
No, you're not.
You are decidedly not.
I was standing up and I was like, what?
Yep. This fight's gonna be grisly.
I am going back to sword after this.
It is interesting. It's interesting to see how much being able to lock on helps the ability to actually dodge attacks.
This guy's goose is cooked.
And also, he is.
He is like the goose in this metaphor. Because they're both animals.
I just want a big old goose.
This
I want a
beaver
goose
is
behemoth.
goosed.
Ah. That could have been bad. That
Didn't
is a
realize he was
really
going for the-
stupid combat technique. The backwards hop slap.
And
Excuse
yet,
me,
it
have
like
you heard
it
of
killed
beavers
Keith.
before?
Yeah.
That's true.
What else
What
do
other
they
combat
have?
techniques do you think they own?
That's like the
fight.
one
It
thing
is
they have.
80% of their body. I shouldn't take that away from them. That's just mean-spirited.
Well, I mean, we are going to take it away from him. Right, there it goes.
Wow!
Wow,
The
that was
timing on that.
pathetic.
The timing on that was amazing.
Yep. Ow, ow. See, at least I
Bird,
died to a
no.
respectable attack instead of getting pimp slapped by a beaver tail.
You just got run over by him.
Yep.
I got hit by the giant bouncing mega attack where you get flattened by something larger than your body that lights you on fire. You got run into.
Yeah, well, you know, what if you got hit by a
let's
bus?
pretend
You'd
your
probably
attack was
die.
the cool one.
If you got hit by a bus, you'd probably die.
I did 3 times in a row while it was exploding.
Valid. No. I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of being correct. I'm just going to stop talking to you.
That's what most of my friends do.
Yeah, I know. I've been in your chat. I know how it goes, Keith. I've been in your
Wait, are we
Discord.
talking like Keith's Discord chat? Because
Yes.
I don't think Keith talks in there. I think that's just a place for Andrew to have a social life.
I definitely talk in there. It's just Andrew gets in very pointless conversations in there, or very weirdly not like unaimed
Believe
arguments.
me, I podcasted with him. I know what his approximation of having a conversation feels like.
His tangents are like Shell, but angry.
Dude, I remember when he ranted for like an hour about how PhDs were useless.
Literally the point where the podcast ended forever.
Yeah, that was actually the
Rel-
final straw.
It's a
'cause
relatively memorable moment.
we podcasted for 30 minutes, and then Andrew ranted for an hour and a half about how getting a PhD was a terrible idea. And then we changed the format, to put it lightly. Funny stuff.
Now, and we replaced him with someone who will then just talk about mist languages for an hour and a half without telling us that we're talking about mist languages.
That never. We can't stay on topic for more than 35 seconds, let alone an hour and a half.
Yeah, I wouldn't
but
blame her
Shell-
for being
but
off
Shell
topic.
Shell will just bring up a topic, but she'll say it's related to the topic that we were talking about, but it's secretly not, and she'll also not tell us what we're talking about, and she'll just start monologuing about something she didn't introduce in the first place. And nobody knows
She's
what's
gotten
happening.
much better about that. Mostly because when I detect that she's about to launch into a long topic, I ask her, like, what are you about to talk about? And then that helps. Ow.
Yeah.
What do you even... So, Wander, you solo commentate this a bunch. What do you even talk
Yeah.
about when you get into doldrums
Anything.
at this point?
Anything.
Wander has long since specialized in talking about games where not much is happening.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I have
Some of his
over
favorite
100
games are
episodes
just
of No Man's Sky
grind-a-thons.
now.
Yeah. Usually,
No
I
Man's
notice
Sky,
that, like,
Dungeon Souls, a bunch of
Wander
games
will
where you
just
just hit a
talk-
number.
Yeah.
Ow.
Wander will
He
just
plays a lot of
talk about,
games-
like, YouTubing. He'll talk about, like, this is why I upload, and this is how you can be
Well,
better at uploading
I
and
will
stuff.
be. I will be like, hey, chat. I got nothing to talk about right now. Throw topics at me, and it's always the ever-present like, how do you start YouTubing? Or like, tell us
Why
some
scrap
YouTube drama
mechanic?
things. And I'm like, okay. I mean, that's the easiest topic I can talk about.
Wander consistently plays games where you basically click on the screen and then 100 numbers pop up, and it's like, you did it, you hit the things. And then
That's
plays
what
other
we're
games
doing
where you,
right
where you
now,
click
man.
again. Yeah.
Except
harder.
the numbers don't even pop
But I mean,
up.
it's
You
a,
just
it's a
see, like, little,
significant
like,
enough percentage of his content that he's just used to just talking at basically nothing happening.
True. Ow.
Do you have 200 episodes of Warframe yet?
No, 86. Though I guess there's a number that never made it on
Are you
YouTube.
still
Yeah,
even
you
playing
you
Warframe
definitely
at this point?
streamed 200 episodes of Warframe.
Oh, yeah.
You just selectively chose which parts to put on YouTube, but holy
Well,
shit.
yeah.
The quantity of Warframe.
There were definitely some nights where I'm like, okay, I guess I'm going to be streaming Warframe because I'm tired and I don't have anything else to do. And people would join me and then just not talk and I'd be like, okay, well, this is going in the bucket. It is. Every time I try and, like, branch out from you guys, even with, like, people within our own in-group, it's just like, huh, it is hard to carry on a conversation.
Yeah, Yeah.
Might be because you're not friends.
I mean, the hardest part is that we've kind of just adapted to talking over TeamSpeak with each other, which took a very long time to do, by the way. And we're still not great at it,
Ow.
but we're, like,
There are times when we
reasonable
have that
enough.
beautiful moment where we're just like,
Yep.
I love that.
Yeah,
This is my
learning
favorite.
to chat over TeamSpeak.
You know who really loves that is the
natural
commenters.
He's not dead.
No, he's
not.
We
vulnerable.
just knocked his ass over. I made that mistake once, and he got up and immediately just tailed.
Nah, I've
back
already
me in
learned
the
that
face.
he's only dead when loot shows up on the screen like that.
Oh, yeah, there
well,
we are.
There we go. That was
I
fast.
like the
It's
thing
over
where I
the
say-
asses on this thing anyway.
You like how I start a sentence about something that's going to happen in the game, and then in the end of the sentence
Yeah,
it happens?
Nostradamus, keep doing that. Also, this is the reason why I want
I will
that
now
fourth
get the
person.
best chain whip.
This is the reason why I want that fourth person, because this fight goes on so much longer with just.
Yeah, that took like an
just
extra
us.
like 4 or 5 minutes.
Yep.
I studied while you were eating chicken. I studied the blade.
I studied
No.
the chin.
I studied the chin. That's what I was gonna say. It's like, I didn't study no blades, just nothing but chin.
Oh god.
Nothing but shin.
Teleports behind Ron Perlman. Nothing personal.
Interesting how they slam into the ground, then come back out of the ground, but then they actually go back to that one canister thing where we opened them.
I don't even understand this screen.
kind of
I've
not
seen it
actually here.
like, I've seen this screen like 60 times now, and I just kind of hate it.
Speaking of screens that look exactly
I
like
hate every
Fortnite
screen in this
screens.
game. At least a little bit. There's no screen. Even this loading screen, I'm like, well, this one's kind of okay. Never mind.
Before I loaded in with you guys, I was talking about how the game needs to filter its fonts because it's just unfiltered, flat, single-colored, bright font on background.
That's not
Yeah,
terrible though.
so-
But if it's
It-
like
it
on
can
snow,
blend
it's
a lot.
incomprehensible.
Oh, yeah, valid point.
Okay, going back to sword.
Well done, Slayer. You've earned the title. But we're just starting your slaying career.
This guy kind of looks like what Boba Fett would look like if he was like a male stripper.
Boba sick of your shit.
Well, apparently party chat is broken. That is magic.
Party chat?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, like text
Party
chat?
horn.
Yeah, I was gonna try and do party text chat, but it's like unable to send messages. Like, fuck.
Why does Arizona keep calling me? I don't want to talk to Arizona. It's probably bullshit. Nah.
Just gets